I'm Katie. Welcome to Yoga Awakening and welcome to week 4, our final week of the at-home program for building and evolving your at-home yoga and meditation practice. So we're at the end of the series. This is our final week. And the theme that we were looking at this week, sort of as our wrap-up of the program, was becoming the observer. And in talking about that, you can check out the blog post to learn a little bit more, to read all about it. We were talking about intention, confidence. So we'll bring in some of those themes this week into our yoga practice on our mats. So we'll get started here in extended child's pose. If that's not the right shape for you, you're welcome to choose a different shape. You could just start out seated or maybe in your shavasana lying on the back. And for this practice, you won't need any particular props, but of course if there are things that you like to bring to your practice every day, maybe a couple of blocks or a blanket for the knees, you're welcome to bring those props along with you. So this flow will be a mix of vinyasa and we'll introduce some challenging elements. And then at the end there, we'll have a little bit of restorative yoga. So certainly nice if you do have those props to have them at least for the end. You won't need them, but they are nice to have. So we'll get started here in our extended child's pose. So I have my knees as wide as I like, just to make it comfortable. Have some space where the belly can drop down and relax. Arms are out in front of you. You could bend the elbows and open them a little wider. And this is our first shape, so we'll be here for a couple of minutes, just checking in, settling into our space wherever you're practicing. Start to feel the hips getting heavy towards the heels. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Check in with your breath. So we've been practicing throughout the series this active listening. And now we're starting to expand and deepen that idea a little bit into becoming the observer. So we might practice that here as we start out observing the breath, observing the body. Take a moment to notice. What sensations are present? Maybe you're noticing thoughts in the mind. Start to deepen the breath. And as we've been doing, we'll always guide the attention back to the breath, especially as we're moving, to be our sort of anchor Another moment or two here. Becoming the observer. Can you observe your experience, whatever's arising for you? And maybe it's nothing in particular, or maybe it's quite the opposite and there are a lot of strong emotions present. However you've come to your practice, see if you can allow that to be as you observe. We'll go ahead and set our intention now. Take a moment or two to see what comes to you. Maybe you just settle on the first word or feeling or quality that pops into your mind. Let it be something that you frame positively. Maybe something that you're looking to nurture or foster a little bit in your life. So something off of the yoga mat. Maybe it's something more particular to the yoga practice. It can be something really general and simple. Settling in on that, picking that simple intention, and if nothing particular comes to mind, if you're struggling a little bit, if this is new to you, this practice of setting an intention, then I invite you to use the intention of confidence. This sort of confident discovery and curiosity. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. Feel that quality, whatever you've chosen. Maybe you can actually feel it in the body. Already relating to it. Already nurturing it. Big breath in, big breath out. We'll release our extended child's pose. Make your way up slowly. We've been here for a few minutes. Feeling that unwind, that transition through the body as you make your way up to a seat. We'll come into a twist here, Ardha Matsyendrasana. We'll start with the right knee lifted, the left knee down. So you can see here I have my right foot planted on the mat, and it's okay if it's lifted up there. That's just our intention, is to ground it down towards the outer edge of my left knee or thigh. And then left knee down, left ankle, heel coming in over towards the right outer hip. So here I am with my legs here. If this isn't right for you, you could just be in your Sukhasana and follow along with us as we twist over towards the right. So left elbow hugs around, or maybe left hand. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, already creating some activation. Right hand comes behind. Just 2 rounds of breath here. So we've been working on the breath this whole month, just tuning in, keeping it pretty simple. So maybe you're deepening your breath a little bit without forcing. We'll make our way back to center, and then we'll switch up the legs. So right knee comes down, left knee is going to be the one that hugs up and in towards the chest. See if you can ground down evenly through the left foot. And then we'll take that moment to lift the spine nice and tall. Right elbow or hand comes around, left hand behind to support. Inhale to sit up nice and tall. You might be feeling this here through the outer edge of the left hip. So we're getting a lot in this simple pose. Take one more round of breath. Make your way back to center. You can release those legs. We'll come into a seat. Any seat you like. You could even be sitting hips to heels or propping the hips up on a folded blanket. And from here, we'll take some seated cat and cow. So we've done our cat and cow tabletop. And now we'll use the hands. I like to bring the hands to the knees to help me to draw the chest forwards as I inhale, extending through the spine. And then exhale, opposite movement. I start to shift my pelvis back, spine rounds. You can go ahead and tuck the chin. We'll do a few rounds of our cat-cow. Follow your own breath. Inhaling to extend. You could even start to open the throat space. And then on your exhale, rounding in. What can you discover in these simple shapes as we get started? Let's take one more full round wherever you are. And make your way back up to neutral. We'll transition here into a seated figure four, so kind of like our seated pigeon pose. I'll bring the hands down behind me to support, and then right ankle crosses on top of the left thigh. And then I've got my left foot on the mat there, and that's sort of my lever along with my hips to add a little sensation or take sensation away. So left foot and hips can come closer together for more sensation, or further away from one another for less sensation. Hands however you like behind, shoulders are natural. Two rounds of breath here. And whenever your next exhale comes, you can walk the left heel further away from you so that you can release, and we'll switch sides. Left ankle on top of the right thigh, and again, you have that lever here to increase or decrease the sensation. Just looking for a little tug. And when your next exhale comes, right heel further forward so you can release. The hands come through towards the front of your mat. We'll make our way into our plank pose. And I have my knees down here. This is a nice place to be. We'll be making our way through our first sun salutation. So starting to flow, and we will have some challenges here, especially in the transitions. So I want you to think not so much about coming as deeply into the pose as you possibly can, but more about, again, coming back to that idea of confidence. So what feels good? What feels useful? How can you be confident and fluid as you move? So maybe that means not coming in so deep or pushing so hard, but just finding a little bit more ease, and if you fall out of one of the poses or something's challenging, bringing confidence to that as well. So here we are, knees down, plank, inhale. Exhale, you're making your way down to the belly. So elbows could come out or hug in. On your inhale, we'll return to our locust shape. Shalabhasana, we've been here before. Bringing the hands up off the mat, lift the legs. When your exhale comes, let that float you back down, and toes tuck under, find your way to your Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Moment or two there to pedal the legs, bend through the knees. And then let's all take a moment together to send the heels towards the right. Feel that nice stretch. This feels really nice for me. And then through center, heels to the left. Nice stretch there through the side body, and then we'll come into our down dog. Always nice to start with bent knees. 2 rounds of breath. On your exhale, make your way to the top of your mat, taking a big step or several steps to get there. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, long spine, long through the back of the neck. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, arms along the sides of the body. Keep reconnecting with your breath. Thinking about that as your anchor to the present moment. Great, big inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forwards, bend the knees as generously as you like. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, step the right foot back. Plant the right foot, and I like to widen my feet quite a bit here. We're coming into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. With that wide base, bending through the left knee, lifts you up. Sink down low here. Press through the outer edge of the right foot, so you're really grounding down evenly. Right foot and left. And let's move through our flow. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat, step the left foot back to meet the right. You're in plank here, so choose your vinyasa. I'll lower the knees. Bend the elbows to lower. Inhale, maybe this time you find sort of lifted cobra. You could come back to your locust or up dog. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Send it back, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right foot steps in between the hands. Ground down through your left foot. Widen the feet as much as you like. Inhale, ground down to lift. Warrior one. Maybe you sink down just a fraction lower here as you're pressing through the outer edge of the back foot. Exhale to release the hands, and this time we'll bring the back foot up to meet the front. Return to your forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. So now we're really starting to sync up here like we've been practicing breath and movement. Next breath out takes you down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, this time we step it back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Of course, you can skip any of these vinyasas and just meet us right in downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. We step it through. We come back to warrior one. Widening the feet. Now trying out our first challenging transition here. Warrior one to eagle pose. So you can try it out. You can always take a few steps to get there if you need. Envisioning where you're going. So right thigh will be on the bottom. We'll be crossing left leg on top. Inhale, find your way there, crossing once or twice. And then it will take our arms as well. And we've got, let's see, oh, wrong arms. Left arm underneath. 2 rounds of breath. You can sink down a little lower. Feel that hugging in, so arms hug in towards each other, legs squeeze together. One more inhale. Exhale, we're making our way to high lunge. You can always envision how that transition is going to happen. Feel that opening through the body before you even move. And let's give it a try. Step back. Unwind the arms, take them wide to cactus. We'll take 2 rounds of cat-cow through the spine here, thinking really about the mid-back. So arms will open and close with us as we move. Inhale, open. Think about our seated cat-cow. Exhale, draw the forearms together. Round the spine. Great, one more round. Inhale to open. Sink down in your high lunge. Find that stability. Exhale to round. Beautiful. Inhale, we open. Exhale, plant the hands. Find your way to your plank pose. Move through your vinyasa. Or straight to down dog. We'll meet there. Great, right away to the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, step the left foot through. Set up, Warrior one. Now you know where we're going on the second side, so find that sense of confidence or at least a little bit of curiosity. One more big breath in, and then we'll transition to eagle. Make your way there. Right thigh on top. Now we have right arm underneath. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs. And maybe you get down really low. Finding that engagement you need to support through the abdomen. One more full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Great, we're stepping it back. High lunge. Strong focus. Unwind the arms, cactus. Keep sinking down low. We move through our 2 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, extend the spine. Think about puffing out the chest. Exhale, round it in. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Don't worry about what it looks like, more how it feels. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, hands to the mat. And downward facing dog. From down dog, make your way to the top of the mat. I'll take a few steps up. Find something new there. Maybe you get to the top of the mat in a new way. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Inhale to sweep it up. Exhale, arms down along the sides of the body. Checking in here. Maybe feeling some energy and heat moving through the body, the heartbeat. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll make our way through a vinyasa. Maybe now you try out your up dog. Find your way to down dog. Great, we're adding on here. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, step it through. Find your warrior one. Great, envisioning your transition. As you're ready, big breath in, steps you through eagle pose. So left leg on top, left arm underneath. Sink down. One more full round of breath. Inhale. Exhale to your high lunge. This time, keep your arms there in your eagle. Strong focus. We'll go ahead and unwrap. Feel that opening through the arms. Send the arms up and overhead, high lunge. We're coming into opposite side skater, so that means our left thigh will be bent, our left knee. Envisioning, inhale. Exhale, make your way there. So come over towards the side of the mat. Bend through the left knee. Arms follow you there towards the left. Sink down low, strong, hard work, left thigh. Breathing in, inhale. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. So that's our standing wide-legged forward fold. Just settling into any shape here that's comfortable. So again, we're not looking to come into our full range of motion today, our hardest variation. Maybe you're just bringing the hands to the mat, neutral spine, maybe it feels nice to round the spine. If you've got your blocks, you could certainly use those here. We have 2 more rounds of breath. Drawing some energy up through the soles of the feet, so you're really feeling that engagement through the legs. One more breath in. And one more full breath out, maybe through the mouth. Great, we're making our way back to the top of the mat. Spin around, you'll find yourself in your low lunge. Plant the hands, step it back to plank. Move through any vinyasa that you like. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Great, adding on for the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Widen the feet, plant the back, right foot, warrior one. Inhale to make your way into eagle legs. Right arm underneath. Sink it down. One more full round of breath. On your exhale, high lunge, step it back. And this time we're keeping our eagle arms. Inhaling. Exhale, we have opposite side skater, so over towards the right. Unwind the arms, big opening, shift towards the side of your mat. Bend through the right knee. And arms over towards the right. Sinking down maybe a little lower, challenging your balance point. Muscles of the legs. We're finding our wide-legged forward fold one more time, and I'll just turn to face you. But you'll come over this time to the other side of your mat. So facing the opposite long side as the time before. Make your way in. Again, use those blocks if you have them. And we have our 2 rounds of breath here. We'll start to make our way this time towards the back of the mat, so you're in your other side lunge. And then make your way through a vinyasa. I guess actually you'd be towards the front of the mat because I took my forward fold on the same side. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Great, we're adding on here for our final flow. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot through. Set up, warrior one. Find your way into your eagle. Sink down low. Find that confidence in the challenge. So maybe you're feeling lots of energy moving in the body, the muscles working hard. Inhale. Exhale, make your way back, high lunge. We'll open the arms out. Great, make your way into your left side skater, opposite side. From here, we're shifting into Skandasana, so our side lunge, that sort of half Malasana squat shape. So you certainly have the option to use your hands. You can bring your hands down in front, transition that way. Lots of options about how this pose looks. We're just looking to create a bit of sensation through the back of the right leg to find that squatting shape through the left side. So whatever creates that sensation for you, you could be lifted up here, a little more weight on the hands. You could be further back here. Another option, bring the hands to prayer position. Flex through those right toes. Deep breath in. And a full breath out. Now we are coming to plant the hands towards the back of the mat. So over towards your left. Shift here so you can plant the hands, and then the left foot comes off to the right. So all the way off the mat, straight legs, both legs, lift it up, fallen triangle. Big inhale. Exhale, right hand comes back to the mat. We're shifting. Maybe you see, you challenge, can you not even drop any part of the left leg as you transition into wild thing? You could always opt here for a side plank instead. Maybe supported side plank here. Wild thing, open the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, make your way through. We're sending the left knee forwards towards the center of the mat. Right knee comes behind. Shift the hips back. So lots of big and fun transitions there. You'll have a chance to try all of it out on the second side. But for now, pause here, however it went. Returning back to the observer. We're in our Gomukhasana legs. Settle back into your intention. Maybe you can even start to feel it in the body. We'll take our Ardha Matsyendrasana twist one more time. So what can you discover here that's new as we return, twist over towards the left? Unwind, so take your hands, arms over to the right, then continue that. Let the feet lift up and come around. Plank pose at the front of your mat. Great. Move through your vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Let's take our sequence over to the second side. Inhale. Sends the left leg up and back. Exhale. Left foot plants. And we lift up. Warrior one. Last time here. Next breath in takes you into your eagle pose. Right leg on top, right arm underneath. Challenge yourself here. Maybe you sink a little lower. Knit the front ribs together towards each other. Let's step back, high lunge. Release your eagle arms. Let that opening take you into right side skater. Once again, getting down low. You have your options here for making your way into Skandasana. So think about this shape, but lowering down. Maybe you try it without the hands. Hands in prayer, hands in front of you. Find your stability, find your confidence. Flex those left toes towards your face. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the back of the mat. And we find fallen triangle, right foot over towards the left, coming off the mat. Straighten the legs, left arm up. Remember, you can always be here in your side plank or supported side plank. Inhale. Have some fun in the transitions. We're coming into wild thing. Left hand plants. Right leg comes all the way around. Right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, find the hands on the mat. Right knee comes towards the middle, left knee behind. And we come back to Gomukhasana, second side. Two rounds of breath. Come into your Ardha Matsyendrasana twist, right side. Release. And this time, just unwinding the legs. And from here, we're going to make our way right into our two restorative shapes to end the practice. So we're winding down. This is a great time to use any props if you have them nearby. So I've got a blanket and a bolster there and some blocks, but I'll demonstrate without so you know where you're going. So we'll come on down to the back. And I'll bring the upper body right into basically my Shavasana shape. Bring the feet nice and wide, at least hips distance apart. All we're doing here is dropping the knees towards the right. So feet and knees apart. And this would be where you could use those props perhaps to support the knees. Your other option is to bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh for a little more. So again, you're the judge here of the sensation. A little less, use those props under the legs, maybe something to support the left knee. A little more, right ankle on top. As we begin to wind down, return to noticing, to listening to the body. Noticing, how does the body feel now? The energy in the body. What are the qualities in the heart and the mind? This is a nice pose to breathe extra deep into the belly. We'll make our way over towards the second side. Find your way back to neutral first. Readjust the feet. And then send the knees over towards the left. So again, you could use your props here in any way you like to support the legs. Or left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. Feeling the belly move with the breath. Maybe now starting to feel some of that energy that you've stirred up, settle. Unwind, make your way back to that neutral starting position, your constructive rest. knees together. We'll set up now for our final shape, and this will serve as well as our shavasana in our practice today. And that will be our reclined butterfly, reclined bound angle. You can certainly use a pillow here as a bolster, maybe to create a little opening through the chest. Or you could use your blocks underneath the knees. So we'll start to transition there now. And I'll opt for my bolster here. And it's certainly nice to have whatever you can find around the house for these poses. Supporting the knees. So set yourself up. Make your way in. This isn't quite the right shape for you to spend a few minutes. You could, of course, just come into your regular shavasana, maybe with that pillow underneath the knees. We'll close the eyes. Feel the eyes drop heavy into their sockets. Feel the backs of the arms on the ground. Come back to your intention one more time. So maybe you're returning back to that idea of confidence or confident curiosity. Maybe you're returning back to your own intention, something that you're nurturing in your life. However the practice went for you today, whether it was fun and joyful or really challenging and new, allow that positive quality, your intention, to settle into the body. Draw it in as you inhale. Exhaling out. So let it be so, to consider it already done, already present in your life, everything already as it should be. welcome to stay here in this final restorative shape for as long as you like. And just allow the video to end. Otherwise, we'll start to come on out and find our way back to a seat. If you're closing your practice here as I am, we'll draw the hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Bow the head to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me in this series at home. I'll see you soon. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.